Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. Just when you thought the IPL could not have any more drama in the season with the pitch controversies and the home advantage and everything else that was going on, Ruturaj Gaikwad got ruled out of the tournament because of an elbow injury. And guess who's leading Chennai Super Kings? It has been the talk of the town. MS Dhoni back as captain. Shomik, I'll go to you first because the craziest thing happened yesterday while we were doing the five o'clock show. You were at an event where Saurav Ganguly was speaking, and he coincidentally said that if anything needs to change for CSK, MS Dhoni needs to come back as captain. And as fate would have it, a couple hours later, we had the official confirmation that Ruturaj Gaikwad was out and MS Dhoni would be leading CSK. Now, either Saurav Ganguly knew something we did not, or he should start predicting more prophecies here. But Shomik, how do you think this changes things for CSK?
See, on the face of it, it will change things for CSK because, as Saurav also said, Dhoni as captain is a different beast. And if he has to play the IPL, if he has to play for Chennai Super Kings, he has to lead Chennai Super Kings. Because, see, changes haven't worked for this franchise. And it can happen. Over the years, MS Dhoni has built this franchise in his own image. In 2022, he tried to he tried to pass the responsibility to Ravindra Jadeja, but mid-season he had to return after a string of poor performance. It didn't work. In 2023, they went on to win the title under MS Dhoni. And 2024, and I and Shuban were there in Chennai before the start of the game, when in fact that the message first landed on Shuban's inbox that Rituraj Gaikwad is going to the captain's meeting. So that message first landed on Shuban's inbox, in fact. So last season they didn't qualify for the playoffs. This season they are coming into this KKR game on the heels of four consecutive losses. So from that point of view, see two things. One is Dhoni as a leader. First of all, it's morale boosting. Number one. Number two, it is tactically uplifting for Chennai Super Kings because Dhoni cannot continue forever. That is for sure. He's 43 in July. He will turn 44 with a dodgy knee. He cannot continue forever. Father time will eventually catch up. But as long as he is there, he will have to lead the side. It is like, once again, if I am allowed to draw a football analogy, it is like Alex Ferguson leaving Manchester United as the manager. That is seismic. And even after 10 and 11 years, United haven't still come to terms with Sir Alex's departure. The same thing will happen to Manchester City once Pep Guardiola calls it a day and leaves Manchester City. The same thing will happen to Manchester City also, because these are the individuals who have built who have built their respective sides in their image. But a- if you come back to today's game, if you come back to today's game, it's not only about Dhoni's captaincy. If you look at CSK, their top order is not firing. They are not making full use of power plays. Their middle order, they have been scoring at a strike rate of 126 in this IPL. So those things need to change as well. It's not only the leadership change, but a leadership change, Dhoni taking charge, can spur the side to do better.
Shubhayan, when we talk about this decision, obviously one of the biggest debates that has been going on social media is the fact that it should not have been Dhoni who took charge. It should have been someone younger or someone else in the side. What really went behind this decision? Mute.
Mute.
It's a no-brainer, I think. You don't have whom would you go for captaincy? Will you go to Devon Conway, Rachin Ravindra, who are overseas players, or will you go to Rahul Tripathi, who is not even in the playing 11 for the last couple of games? Vijay Shankar is there, but again, is he a sure shot in your playing 11? Shivam Dubey is not a captaincy material, so you really don't have any other choices. Yes, you could have gone back to Ravindra Jadeja, but again. it's a ship that has sailed past a couple of years back. So you, apart from Dhoni, there was no real other captaincy choices in terms of having that presence in the dressing room and having that respect among players as well. Ashwin was there, but Ashwin is playing his first season after a long time in CSK. So he's still pretty new to the dressing room. Yes, he's the local boy, Chepauk boy, etc., but he's still new to the dressing room environment, CSK dressing room environment, and the dynamics that they have created when he was not there in the CSK camp. So Dhoni was the only player whom if it's his last season, I don't know about it, but whatever it is, Dhoni was your only choice after Ruturaj Gaikwad to go to the captaincy. But in terms of, yes, he's leading. It's emotionally good for CSK fans, but qualification wise, it's near impossible task for them now to win 7 matches minimum out of the remaining 9. I think even if MS Dhoni goes back to his best with the bat on the field as a captain, behind the stumps as a keeper, which he is right now, but that ship has also sailed for CSK this season. So it's about saving those embarrassment and playing some good cricket and just avoid that wooden spoon for CSK. But in my opinion, nothing will change in terms of the results or qualification dreams for CSK. It's done in my opinion. But for CSK fans, it's a good experience to get to watch MS lead the side again, and especially I was checking all over on social media. People are excited to listen to Dhoni in the post match press conference presentation and whatever it is. He doesn't come for press conference, so that 1.5 minute of match presentation is what most of the people are excited about. So cricketing wise, it is not going to make any difference. But yeah, presence wise, brand presence wise, it is going to make a big difference.
There's
And
going to be
Gargi,
quite a, yeah.
and Gargi, just one more thing that you asked for the inside stuff, and we wrote a piece on the inside stuff
Yeah.
last evening, talking to one of the CSK insiders. So let me share that with our viewers. Actually, when the news came that he is out for the season, he is ruled out of the season, Ruturaj Gaikwad. Interestingly, he suffered that injury during the game against Rajasthan Royals in Guwahati, and after that he played 2 matches. But Fleming said it was after an MRI that revealed a fracture. So it was Fleming's call. Fleming's call to decide to pick the next keeper, and Fleming straight away went to MS Dhoni and told him that, see, the team is in dire straits, the team is in crisis, and there is no other person who can steady the ship at the moment except you. And Dhoni readily accepted. He said, okay, he will be there whenever, I mean, for every need, for every CSK need, he will always be there. So Dhoni readily accepted. So the entire process was very smooth.
But there's a comment here, which is exactly what people have been talking about on social media as well. Are CSK bereft of any succession plan? What does it mean to reappoint Dhoni as a skipper?
Yeah, if you look at that team, who else is there? I mean, obviously Rudraj Gaikwad is that one guy, but outside of him, if he gets injured, they don't have anyone else because Ravindra Jadeja, obviously they've tried. He didn't really succeed. You pick Deepak Huda and Rahul Tripathi. These players are perhaps past their best. In the auction, they picked this kind of players, so they're basically past their best, and they have a couple of overseas cricketers. If they want to, they can appoint Conway or Ravindra just for this season. But again, they're overseas cricketers, so they don't have much going for them in terms of succession plan. They have not picked youngsters. This is a league where a lot of teams are being rewarded for picking youngsters and giving them chances, from Priyansh Harya to Vipraj Nigam to Digvesh Ratty or Ashwani Kumar or whoever it is. So they think about the future, but CSK, if you look at them, they're still basically thinking about appointing MS Dhoni back as the captain. So in that regard, it is true that they don't have a succession plan. But as it has already been noted, that CSK fans will be happy. Yeah, they'll get the chance to watch MS Dhoni again as the captain, maybe again in the presentation ceremony for him to come and talk for a few minutes. CSK fans at least will be happy. I don't think they will go on to play in the playoffs. They have, in my humble opinion, at least they have there are too many issues at present in terms of their batting unit, in terms of even their bowling unit to an extent. If you leave out Noor Ahmad and Khalil Ahmad, they have Noor and Khalil Ahmad, they have issues there. So I don't think they will qualify for the playoffs, but at least CSK fans will be happy seeing MS Dhoni as the captain. Maybe they will win a few matches under him, under his leadership.
Yes, Amit.
Gargi, trust me, no teams can have a succession plan when the change is a seismic. Green Bay Packers didn't have a succession plan after Vince Lombardi. Pakistan cricket team didn't have a succession plan after Imran Khan. Manchester United didn't have a succession plan after Alex Ferguson. Similarly, CSK still don't have a succession plan after MS Dhoni because you cannot replace the irreplaceable.
Well, that was all about CSK and MS Dhoni. We will talk about the game in a bit, but let's talk about home advantage a little bit because it has been, a talking point, especially after RCB losing another game on the trot at the Chinnaswamy. When we look back on the WPL as well, RCB lost all its home games, and if we look at the trend in the last 3 years as well, apart from franchisees like CSK and MI who have a decent home winning record, the other franchisees are, it's the home advantage concept is constantly diminishing. And if we look at the records of last year as well, there were 39 wins at home, all franchisees, and 28 losses. In 2023, you had a total of 30 wins and 42 losses for home teams. So, these numbers tell a story. Shubhain, what does this have to do with? Is it the IPL auction dynamics, constantly changing teams? But when you look at it, there aren't any radical changes in the team. Or is it the pitch? What's really going on here when you talk about home advantage?
I'll not talk about the past, but this season at least. See, pitch is the same for both, and I'll maintain the same stance till the end of this season or even in the next season as well. Uh, pitch is both for the same team. If you look at the losses, even last year, last match, the way RCB lost. Look at their batting decisions. The way KKR lost at the Eden Gardens. Look at their batting decisions. I think these are tactical blunders. If you want to hide your tactical blunders behind a pitch or home advantage, then that's their call. They want to divert the attention. This is what some football managers or players used to do. It was something which Jose Mourinho used to do when he was a football manager. Whenever his team performed poorly, he used to make such a remark, such a statement about himself, about some refereeing decision that next day the headline used to be around that particular quote and not about his team's performance, which was poor on that particular evening. The same I think is happening this time around as well. Last game, you see how KL Rahul and Tristan Stubbs finished the game for Delhi Capitals. They were mature enough to take the game deep, keep playing their singles and twos, and then hit the boundaries, odd boundaries in the bad deliveries. Whereas RCB kept on going despite losing wickets. You look at their openers, that run out changed the complexion of the game. You look at how Livingstone got out. You look at how Jitesh Sharma got out. Rajat Patidar to Kuldeep Yadav. Yes, DC bowlers Vipraj and Kuldeep bowled phenomenally well, but RCB batters did not try to take the game deep and at least go till that 180, 190 mark, which was very much possible in that Chinnaswamy pitch. So, and they have not blamed the pitch, to be honest. And KL Rahul, the way he celebrated, he knew that stadium inside out. So there will be players like for LSG versus KKR game. You had Akashdeep who knew Eden Gardens inside out, picked up a couple of wickets. Yes, he went for runs, but picked up a couple of wickets. Shardul Thakur has been a former KKR player, so he knew the pitch there as well. M. Siddharth, although he did not play, Shahbaz Ahmad, M. Siddharth again a former KKR player, Shahbaz Ahmad Bengal player. So these guys know the home advantage, home conditions as well. So in it's not like a Premier League or a La Liga where you will have Belgian players or Portuguese players or Brazilian players come and play in Spain or England or respective countries where they don't know what the length of the grass is or how the atmosphere is. You need time to settle down there. For overseas players, yes, it is a concern. It is not a concern really, but a matter of question whether it can be overwhelming when the entire Chepauk is chanting Dhoni Dhoni. That is an overwhelming feeling. But for Indian players, they know, अरे हाँ अभी धोनी आ रहा है तो they will chant धोनी धोनी and the decibel meters will be 130, 140 decibels. So in India, these guys have played so much domestic cricket. They know what an Eden Gardens track will be like, what a Delhi track will be like, what a Chepauk track will be like. So there's no real home advantage. What is a home advantage? If you are sending Rinku Singh at 8 with when you are chasing 240 odd, then that the problem is in you. I have been saying this about KKR from day one that they need to utilize their powerhouse of their batting unit, their attackers more prudently rather than keep sending them after 15th over, after 16th over and giving them just 20, 30 deliveries to face. Three batters, 30 deliveries to face. Three of your most dangerous batters with 30 deliveries to face. It was a tactical disaster class from whoever took that call. Yes, Ramandeep is a great player. He's a very good hitter, but he has not batted a lot in this IPL. He's out of touch. He's not batted. You are sending him above anyone else when you are chasing 240. So these were tactical blunders. It was a very much chaseable target. KKR were at one point they were ahead in the chase. They should have finished the match in the 19th over itself, but they did what they did, and same goes to RCB as well. Look at how KL Rahul finished. Uh, you look at other teams who have, for example, Chennai. I said that on day one that Ravindra Jadeja and Ashwin are past their primes in T20 format. They are not your, yes, they may be very big names on the paper. You see Ashwin and Jadeja, have some respect to their name. They are legends of the game. But in terms of T20 cricket and modern day IPL cricket, you can't rely on Jadeja and Ashwin to deliver you game in and game out. That is what Noor Ahmed is doing because he is a modern day T20 bowler. So or else if you have to be someone like R. Sai Kishore who has played so much of domestic cricket, he knows all the stadiums inside out and has waited for his opportunity. So that hunger and desire has to be there as well. So you just can't go on and say home advantage and pitches are both for sale. The way you play, for example, the way KKR won the game before where Venkatesh Iyer scored in Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, they played the perfect game there. They played the waiting game and they finished the game strong. For Hyderabad also, that was a pitch where you needed some time. You needed your batters to spend some time. But what Hyderabad is doing, starting their car in the fifth gear. The car is supposed to stop if you start in the fifth gear and not start from gear one and then slowly increase it. So it's all about how what tactical blunders teams are doing rather than cribbing about pitch.
Yeah. Bharat, when you look at KKR, let's take KKR for an example. What changed since last year? It's not like the pitch can drastically change in 12 months. The team also, there isn't a radical change in the team either. So, what's going on? Because I'm asking this question because KKR is at the forefront of this pitch debate of home advantage and the pitch debate. What are your thoughts?
See, I guess winning is a habit. See, if you win a couple of matches early on, then it definitely gives you that momentum. I think that is what has changed. Started with a loss. From there, they started to think about pitch conditions and what all. So I think when you have those negative vibes, it tends to affect the team as well. You start to think about things that are perhaps not in your control, something like pitch, and it leads to you losing games. So winning is a habit, and that is what gives you momentum, especially in a league phase, which has 14 matches, 16 matches, and then you go to the eliminator phase, and then the final playoffs and the final. So uh, you need that momentum. You need that momentum at the right time. Pick the momentum at the right time. I think that is what is acting as a hurdle for KKR. They have got into a losing. They got into a habit where they're losing games. So from there, negative thoughts set in, and maybe you will start to lose more games. So as far as the pitch is concerned, I guess it all comes down to having a good rapport with the curator. Okay, if you really want a pitch that could assist your bowlers, then it's absolutely fine. But then you need to have a good rapport with the creator. For example, here in Bangalore, you don't expect tracks with spongy bounce. You don't expect tracks where the ball is maybe stopping a bit on the batter. So I understand if RCB's think tank is thinking, oh, we thought that the pitch will mostly have true bounce or even bounce, and suddenly it's stopping a little bit on the batter, and we picked a side. We picked players in the auction based on that. But then you need to have a good rapport with the creator. Something is maybe missing even in the KKR setup in terms of their collaboration or having that kind of rapport with the creator. If you really want conditions to suit your bowlers, then you need to somehow develop that kind of friendship with the creator. So I think that could be another
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah. Shomik, at the forefront of this home advantage thing, there also lies, the fan base. For teams like CSK, MI, and RCB, they will have no problem filling up stadiums. But for the other teams, it is essential that they win to get the crowds in. And look at the Punjab Kings. They are hardly able to pull off huge crowds or fill up the stadiums every single time. And one of the biggest reasons is because they don't do well at home.
It's not only doing well at home, Gazi. I mean, for teams like Punjab Kings, Delhi Capitals also, they haven't won. RCB haven't won a title over 17 years, right? But they have the world cricket's biggest brand in Virat Kohli in their ranks. So he is a crowd puller. Before that, they had both Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers, serious crowd pullers. But for teams like even as far as Kolkata Knight Riders are concerned, Eden Gardens will be full, irrespective of. There was a follow period for KKR after Gautam Gambhir left as captain. There was a follow period, but even during that phase, I mean, Eden Gardens, they used to play at Eden Gardens in front of full house. So in traditional centers, you will see people turning up, fans turning up at venues, irrespective of the results. But then again, the fact of the matter is that, see, home advantage, Saurabh Ganguly, I asked Saurabh Ganguly this question yesterday. And Saurabh Ganguly said, I don't mind home advantage, but it varies from individual to individual. Now, he didn't go deeper into because that would have, anything Saurabh Ganguly would have said could have created controversy. So he very rightly avoided that. But for the once again, and we are coming up with a pace in about half an hour, 45 minutes with Saurav Ganguly's quotes, that wherein he's saying that KKR should have won the SRH game with an over to spare. Shubhano is absolutely right in his assessment about wrong batting order. The game, until 13th over during KKR's chase, the game sat in their dugout and they lost their way. Couple of wickets went to full tosses. So that took the pitch out of the equation. How could you blame a pitch when you were losing wickets to full tosses? How do you justify sending Rinku Singh at number 8? It doesn't happen. But the biggest worry for KKR, as far as I am concerned, this time is that they are getting ruffled, but after a loss. After first game, publicly, I mean, that public comment of Ajinkya Rahane at post-match press conference, I think that was unnecessary. It was only the first game, yeah, and you were the defending champions. And after the SRH game, Ajinkya Rahane's dig at Shujan Mukherjee, I think that was shooting from the hip. That was also completely unnecessary. It was not. I mean, why are they getting ruffled? Last year, we didn't show signs of the teams getting ruffled. They are in cruise control right from the start, but this season we have been showing signs that signs that don't quite feel right. KKR are a very, very good team, and irrespective of an inconsistent start to the season, it's a long way to go, and they remain one of the top title contenders. But they will have to, they will have to put this. First of all, Hyderabad defeat against Hyderabad. Ajinkya Rahane, when you are chasing 240 and losing by just 4 runs, you had every reason to look at the glass as half full. Rather, Ajinkya Rahane The feeling that I got, I might be wrong, that he chose to look at it as the glass half empty. That was that I think last year with Gautam Gambhir in the with the team, with Gautam Gambhir with the team and Shreya Iyer also, it wouldn't have happened. So from that perspective, I think KKR needs to stop thinking about the external factors, things that are not in their control. They have a very, very good team, and they still can. It's just the start of the IPL season, and can go and they can go and defend the title. They should
Yeah.
believe in that.
Yep. Shubhan, last 5 minutes on the show, so let's take quick comments on what you guys think about tonight's game. Can Dhoni change things for CSK or will KKR breach Fortress Chepauk? What do you think, Shubhan?
It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. I'm not a astrologer who will say this will happen, that will happen, but it's going to be a good game. CSK will be hurt after their shaky start, but KKR again, with as Shomik said, they are a very good side on paper and they should do well. And if they need a turning track, they need a track which assists the spinners. Let's see how they do in Chepauk, which will have some assistance for spinners. But it's going to be a good game. KKR again with the kind of team they have, they will go into this match as the favorites. But let's see what MS Dhoni has up in his sleeves.
Bharat, what about you? What do you think?
See, in a league phase where a team is losing, say if they've lost 3, 4 matches, you kind of expect them to maybe win one and then maybe again lose 2, 3 games. So, on that basis, maybe it is CSK's day because I've seen that kind of a pattern. Even a team that is plays slowly as maybe 8th place or 9th place, somewhere they tend to win one game in between and then again maybe start to lose 2, 3 matches here or there. So maybe at home ground, CSK will win one game somewhere, and maybe it is today.
Oh, Shomik, what are your thoughts?
See, the fact is that uh, CSK, I agree with Shubhan. There is no chance of CSK qualifying for the playoffs because going on a 7 game winning run, I don't see this team is doing that. And the way they are playing a dated brand of T20 cricket, KKR should feel confident of winning this game. They should, irrespective of Dhoni. I mean, in football, there's something called new manager bounce. In cricket, if you even if you allow that new captain bounce, but at the end of the day, you have to put runs on the board. You have to take wickets. The only way CSK can win today's game if Ravindra Jadeja and Ravichandran Ashwin roll back the years. If they can do that, CSK has a chance. Otherwise, they don't.
All right. A lot of people also in our comment section saying that the City of Joy will be winning tonight. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll be back at 5 p.m. So don't forget to join us then as well. And of course, we'll do the pre-match show at 6:30. So you have plenty more of us coming to today. Don't forget to join us then. And to everyone who's watching,